Hello friends, in this video we will discuss about application of tolerance on measurement, and specifically we will discuss about the linear dimension. Friends, let's consider this one piece, that is machine part, for the measurement purpose and how we can apply the tolerance. And this is the machine part which is required in the assembly with the fine finish. That means in assembly it is required with that finish. That's why we need to consider ISO 2768 F, that is for the fine finish. Friends, if we measure the length of this bar, then it is 148 mm. So length dimension is 148 mm. Now, according to standard, it is falling in the range of 120 mm to 400 mm, which is plus or minus 0.2 mm. Friends, in ISO 2768, there are different ranges defined for the dimension, like 3 to 9 mm, 9 to 30 mm, like that, 30 to 120, 120 to 400 mm. So if your dimension is falling in that range, then you have to pick that range, and for that range the tolerance has been defined. So that means here the dimension, if the dimension is between 147.8 mm and 148.2 mm, then it is acceptable. That means any measurement that comes between these two is acceptable. So here we have 148.06 mm, so it is acceptable from standard point of view and what we have defined. Now let's take a width dimension, it is 40 mm. So according to standard it is falling in the range of 30 to 120 mm, which is plus or minus 0.15 mm. That means if the dimension is between 39.85 mm and 40.15 mm, then it is acceptable. Here it is exactly 40, so this is acceptable. Now let's take a thickness dimension, which is 10 mm. So according to standard, it is falling in the range of 6 mm to 30 mm, which is plus or minus 0.1 mm. That means if dimension is between 9.9 mm and 10.1 mm, then it is acceptable. But here the dimension measured is 10.7 mm. So this is not acceptable. This is out of range. So this part is rejected for this dimension. Then for diameter dimension, it is 26 mm. So according to standard, it is falling in the range of 6 mm to 30 mm, which is plus or minus 0.1 mm. That means if the dimension is between 25.9 mm and 26.1 mm, then it is acceptable. Here we have measured it 25.95 mm. So it is in this range and therefore it is acceptable. So only one dimension, that is in the thickness, that is not acceptable. So the part is rejected. This is how we apply the standard for tolerancing in the measurement. Friends, if you like this video, like the channel, and happy learning. Thank you very much.